Hello, my name is Z. I'm a self-funded tech founder. So today I want to talk about some deadly sins when you want to start your business. So let's go. And how do you formulate your business so that you gain customer? What would you think about when you formulate your business? So to do that, I want to go to the Bible, and in the Bible, there are these seven deadly sins that you should not be doing? Well, we're going to focus on two of those. Um, and I argue some of those make more money than others, but we'll focus on these two, sloth and pride. And first, we'll talk about what these are, how we are and everybody is paying money to fulfill these two sins, and then we'll turn around and look at the word to start a business. How do we utilize these two sins? First, sloth. Now, sloth is laziness, right? So if you think about where do you spend money, you actually will learn that you actually spend quite a bit of money on laziness. So first bullet there is like you paying somebody to do something for you. That's the basis of service economy, right? So in the business world, there are a lot of these tactics, the pricing model, the business model that is looking at how to allow you to be lazy. So think about what kind of money that you pay out to feed your laziness. And then you can turn around and think about how you can do the same for your customer, right? So that's laziness. Pride is actually very simple. Like it feeds your ego. Name brand stuff like you drive a car, you drive a big truck, so of like you're a strong person. You convey an image with things that you buy. It's about ego, right? So think about, do you do that? Why do you do it? You may not feel like, well, I don't spend a lot of money on external stuff, but maybe you do. Like as simple as going to Starbucks for coffee, perhaps has pride in it. And the other is another thing about ego, which is recognition. Now we go through exam and get certification. We want to be a proud business owner. Is that ego driven? Maybe, I don't know. Like, but think about that. So a lot of time, if you can make serving somebody pride um, as natural, then it allows people to pay easier, right? So how do you turn it around? So I want to go through some simple examples, basic examples. Training. Let's say you're running a training business. So how do you use laziness? Well, you want to make things easy for your customer, right? So you don't want to make your catalog too much. Let's say in the past I was doing software training. I train people to code, right? So I make it simple. There are three tracks. They're the client track, right? You build client applications. The server track, you build the server application. And we do one thing. And in the past, we train on Java, and we proudly say that that's the only thing we do. And so make it very simple. And you will hear marketing term for laziness is easy, right? So when you hear a lot of people, oh, as easy, like caveman can do, everything is so easy, that is utilizing laziness. So when you formulate your business, you want to think about what you offer and how can you allow your customer to be as lazy as possible, right? So training by its nature is serving the laziness, because in today's day and age, you can learn anything on your own. You don't have to be trained, right? So you can go through YouTube video or look at video that I'm providing right now, and you can learn, right? So why would you pay someone to learn? Well, you learn it easier, faster. Someone in front of you, you can ask question. That is providing a lazy based service, right? You may not want to. market like that, right? You don't want to put out a marketing terminology saying, "Hey, we want you to be lazy." No, that's not what you will say in your marketing material. But that's the way you ought to think. How can you allow your customer to be as lazy as possible? And on the other side, on the ego and pride side, well, training provide you with the pride that you've learned something. I'm now a developer, right? Uh, not sure if you all have gone through training and they give you a certificate. A lot of time, those certificates are purely meaningless, right? So you're not from a big university, so that sort of certificate serves nothing but giving you something that you feel good about is about ego, right? So in this business, I was trying to point the business into allowing my customer to learn as quickly as possible, as easily as possible. I structure the lessons into um, two chunks all the time. Like actually, each topic is I talk a tiny bit and then do exercise. Most of the time, the exercise is so that the students can have something to refer to later on, and when they need to actually work on those problems down the road, they can come back and look at them. Now, again, that is making it easy or allowing them to be lazy. Um, so that is the training side. Even lately, I've been trying to teach kids how to solve Rubik's cube, and I was thinking, well, how do we like? It's not easy, right? Um, and you cannot be lazy to do that. But I was thinking, would it help if I actually block out some of these sides so that they don't have to think about? Um, it doesn't quite work, but you understand what I'm going through. I'm trying to provide ways that my customer, in this case, kids in elementary schools, can do the thing, can utilize my service without a lot of hassle, right? Simplify, making it lazy, right? So ultimately, what I learned is if I provide them with this a single layer cube, is not even a cube. This allowed them to understand the the structure of the Rubik's cube a lot faster. So that is ultimately what I learned to do. But think about your business, what you want to provide, and think about laziness and ego accordingly. Um, Another example, business software, which I do, and that's my bread and butter. Um, we too go through these two things, right? So when you provide software for your customer, you want to make it as simple to use as possible. That is a basic thing, right? That is creating laziness. You want to help the customer. That's the term that we will use, right? So you want to make it simple, make it easy to buy, easy to use, easy to like everything, right? Except you don't want them to be easy to cancel. Maybe that too, right? So Netflix actually make it very easy to cancel and easy to come back, right? So that's another tactic that they use. Pride in the software business, we take pride. It's a very special way. We call it white label. So you put the customer's logo on their software, change the color scheme into their color scheme. All of a sudden, they feel like it's theirs, and that is utilizing pride and ego, and it helps, right? So I'm not sure. I'm not saying that's the only thing. I'm not saying um, just by doing this you gain customer, but whatever you do, of course, you do the thing that you do it well, and then you point to thinking about how to allow your customers to be as lazy and as proud as possible. So that's it for today. Think about these two deadly scenes, and until next time, we'll talk more about how to become a better business owner.